I'm curious about the Spurs if they're taking Dylan Harper. So that backcourt's pretty crowded. So I got the rookie of the year, I got De'Aaron Fox, and it feels like somebody is not going to be long for San Antonio. What are the Spurs going to do?
Well, talking to people around the league, the Spurs are the team that they're like, okay, keep an eye on them because the Spurs like to keep things close to the vest. They're not going to go out and telegraph their moves. Remember, we didn't see the De'Aaron Fox trade happening. They were like, they already got a young guard there, and then he added another one, right? So I wouldn't be surprised. Like there have been instances where I don't know if you remember this, Dan. The Phoenix Suns of '97 had Kevin Johnson, a young Steve Nash, and Jason Kidd. And it wound up working out that, KJ was a little bit older. Steve Nash was a little bit unfounded at the time. And you kind of let these things work themselves out. You take the best player available. Like, I'm not a believer in reaching, but I am a believer in the Spurs having number 2 and number 14. I think they had number 2 hoping that Kevin Durant would pick them and they would use that as far as draft capital in a trade. But now that they don't, I wonder if they're going to take. I don't see that being a tenable thing. But also, this is supposed to be a positionless league. Ain't that what they tell us? I don't believe that, mind you. I don't believe it's a positionless league. I think that's a bunch of bull.
It is amazing, though, when you look back on the Phoenix Suns, you had 3 Hall of Fame point guards. I don't think KJ's a Hall of Famer, but he played like a Hall of Famer at times. Jay Kidd and Steve Nash. But you're right. Nobody knew about Nash. I remember being at a practice facility and watching Nash, and I go, that's the kid from Santa Clara. Like, he's pretty good. And then they said, well, he won't play here. He won't start here. And then all of a sudden he goes to Dallas, and next thing you know, he's somebody unique. But you didn't worry about salaries back then, Vincent. Now I got De'Aaron Fox. What's he going to cost me? Although I get Castle and Harper on, rookie deals, De'Aaron Fox is going to cost me a lot of money. So it feels like he might be the guy jettisoned here.
Well, you just got him. Like, that's the thing.
Know,
you just got him.
But I think if you knew that you were going to end up with the second pick, they wouldn't have made the move probably for him. If they knew they were going to be in this situation, I like him, but if I can get younger and I don't have to spend money, I thought they were going to get Durant. I thought that they realized that he can help us. He can take pressure. He can be a bucket. But they're not yet where the Rockets are. And the Rockets might be a year away. San Antonio feels like maybe 2 years away from being, here they come.
Well, Victor's coming. And I think there's a difference between Victor's coming and the Spurs are coming. I think they're on 2 different, kind of a little bit different timelines.
Will he be the best player in the game in 5 years?
If not him, who? Are you kidding me?
Well,
he's the best defensive player.
Shai Gilgeous is going to be there for a little while, whether you believe that. But it feels like, by 25, I think I said that he'll be the best player in the sport. Victor.
I mean, why won't he be the best player in the sport 2 years from now? Why won't he be the best player in the sport next year? Do you see what he's doing? He's out there with the monks. He looks like Eddie Murphy in The Golden Child. You remember that movie?
Yeah, that was a bad movie. That was a bad movie. Good reference, bad movie. But yeah, he's with the Tibetan monks there. But yeah, I'm a big fan because he should have been Defensive Player of the Year the last 2 years. But I just wonder, can the team keep up with him? Because that's
he's not going anywhere. And here's the thing.
No, but the talent around him, can they keep up with him as he develops? So Castle, can he shoot better? Is Harper going to be, a true, go-to guy? Who else do you have on that team who's going to help you? So that would be my only concern with that.
No, I don't disagree with you. I mean, I think they have pieces that you can move, the Jeremy Sohans, the Keldon Johnsons, guys like that if you're talking about packaging players and figuring stuff out, if you want to press the fast forward button. But until a player goes into his first rookie extension, And if you think about this like the NFL, where if you get a quarterback on a rookie contract and you start putting in those veteran pieces around him, like Seattle did with Russell Wilson like a decade ago, that's what the NBA is turning into now. Where if you get a guy on the first contract or the first rookie extension, that's when you start building a championship team. That's why you have all these teams sort of positioning themselves to make runs now before guys get really, really expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if the San Antonio Spurs put all their chips to the center of the table, but traditionally, that's not how they have operated.
Yeah.